Shalom, shalom, brethren. And what it do? Welcome back to another edition of Real Talk Yehuda. Now, this video. By the way, I'm doing like 3-4 videos in the same day. I'm just posting, chopping it up, So, it is what it is, But now it's time for part 2 of Wives versus Concubine Revisited. I talked about this subject a little over a year ago, but let's chop it up about this again. Now, in no way do I mean any disrespect towards any brother or any sister. However, we just gotta have real talk, man. It's like, it's real talk, real spit. You know what I'm saying? Real Yehuda, all of that, man. So let's chop it up about this. Wives versus concubines, right? No disrespect, just real talk, real spit. We chopping it up. What are the qualifications a woman must have to be a wife? What are the qualifications a woman must have in order to be a wife? See, because the problem that we have is, at least for my particular audience for the most part, right? Because really we're a small, tiny percentage in the world and Hebrews at large. There are far many more Israelites and Hebrews that's been walking outside of the United States. But the U.S. has conditioned us, and we have this superiority complex or whatever, where we think just because we in the U.S. we all that, or because we in the U.S. what we say is what goes, which is the furthest thing from the truth. You know what I'm saying? Furthest thing from the truth. And Hebrews really need to start understanding that or whatever, that America as a whole, we just got hip to the fact that we the Jews, that we Israelites, we really for the most part just getting hip to that. Our brothers and counterparts in India, in other parts of the so-called Middle East, right? We know that's the land of Shem and stuff like that. Brothers in Africa and stuff like that, they've been knowing. The whole time we was still in slavery, they already knew who we was. They knew who they was, and they was keeping the commandments for hundreds of years. But now all of a sudden, recently, over the last 5, 10, 15, and 20 years, brothers here in America and sisters here in America is starting to get hip to the fact that we the children of Israel, and now we think we know it all. And we don't. So we dealing with a problem that these females out here, y'all think just because you're a female that you qualify as being a wife. That don't qualify you as being a wife just because you're a female. Just because you're a female does not mean that you are qualified as a wife, and it does not mean that you deserve the title and the position, the status of wife. And that's not disrespect. That's real talk. It's reality. It's just the realness of the situation. Just because you are a female does not mean that you are qualified to be a wife. And I'm going to deal with men a little bit later too. Just because you have a penis between your legs does not mean that you qualify as being a husband. You got to prove yourself a man. You got to be out here having a track record of you being loyal, of you grinding and working, of you having wisdom and knowledge and leadership. If you don't have no leadership, how could you be a husband? How are you supposed to lead a wife and a family? You don't have no leadership. How can you be a husband and a father and half the time niggas don't even got no job? Like, come on, my nigga. Like, for real, y'all, like, I'm gonna just have to start just really hollering at it, like howling at y'all just straight, like from the streets, man, because when we speak and I try to articulate more, honorably, I guess, cats ain't relating. So it's like, I gotta speak to you like this for like Negroes to even get it through their head, like to wake the hell up. Just because you got a penis between your legs don't mean you a husband. And just because you got a vagina and breastises, that don't mean you a wife. So what qualifies a woman as being a wife? And remember, we supposed to be Israelites, right? We supposed to be the Hebrews and Jews and all of that. We have a standard. It's called Torah. We have instructions from the Most High. So this ain't about your opinion. This ain't about my opinion. This ain't about your thoughts and feelings. It's about what is reality. Reality. For a woman to be a wife, she has to be a virgin. She must be pure, untouched virgin. And if she's not, that means she is a legitimate widow. That means she was pure virgin, untouched by any man. She got married, and for some reason that man is not alive. For some reason that man is not alive. She still qualifies as a wife. Because by no fault of her own, right? And she has been a wife honorably, she still qualifies to be a man's wife. And the Torah is called the Levirate laws. Torah actually goes into this. Really is supposed to be the kinsman redeemer. This is where we get into the book of Ruth and all kind of other stuff that I'm not even going to get into. It actually goes deeper. If we really get deep, it goes into the plan of salvation, that there has to be a kinsman redeemer. But see, like, Negroes be on a whole, like, we'll say that for another time. That's too deep for most Hebrews to get right now, because we can't even get basic marriage stuff done. How we supposed to understand the deeper spiritual things and we can't even get basic marriage done? We still got American Hebrews, probably about, in my experience, 70% of American Hebrews is adamantly against polygyny. How the hell are you supposed to be a Hebrew and you against polygyny? How? How the hell are you supposed to be an Israelite and you against polygyny when it's 12 tribes that came that were birthed from 4 women? Ordained by the Most High in righteousness. But you against polygyny. But you claim to be an Israelite when you were birthed out of polygyny. You don't even make no damn sense. So how can we get into the deeper spiritual things when you don't even understand basic marriage? So the number one qualification for a woman to even be a wife is a virgin. Number 2, if she's not a virgin, she had to have legitimately been the wife of one man. We even see this when we get into the Brit Hadashah, the renewed covenant. That even women and stuff to have the respect and everything of elders and widows and different things like that. She had to have proved herself virtuous, well known amongst the community, having washed the saints' feet, right? Come on, man. Having lodged the brethren and the Hebrews, having done righteousness, having been the wife of one husband. She gets honor and respect. But what we got is rebuildthechick.com. Chicks have been ran through and banged out by 30 different dudes. Now all of a sudden you've been in the truth. Most of y'all less than a year, not even a year, but yet you got some entitlement. Oh, I ain't nobody's concubine. And you go, shut the hell up. You're not even in no position to even negotiate with nobody. Again, this goes back to the brother who has given this example in some of his videos. It's like a carton of milk. How many of you right now would roll to the store with me? You gonna pay full price for a gallon of milk, but yet me and 3 other brothers that's lined up, I'ma crack open the seal of the garden of milk, or the carton of milk, gallon of milk, whatever. I'ma pop the seal. I'ma take a swig out of it. I'ma put the top back on. I'm going to sit it in the cooler or the refrigerator, whatever. Y'all know what they got at the grocery store. Now, brother number 2, he opened up the refrigerator. He grabbed the carton of milk. He opened it up. The seal already been popped. So he opened it up. He take a swig. You know what I'm saying? He take a swig. He put the top back on. He put it back. Now brother number 3 come through. He grabbed the jug of milk. Open it up. He take a swig out of it. Put the top on. Put it back in the freezer. Now, okay, it's your turn. Go ahead and buy it and pay for that. None of you would do that. And we're talking about a freaking jug of milk. None of you would do that. But yet, some of you lame, simp, weak-ass men, y'all will want to sit here and debate or want to say something, or I post something and you get it all in your feelings and you want to come comment on the post. Why? Because half of y'all done married some old washed up, used up 40-year-old women. Some of y'all done did that. Oh yeah, and she got you, she really run the house and you under monogamy too. You under monogamy. And you bet not even think about talking nothing about no polygyny, because now you finna have to answer to your wife. So how the hell is you weak dudes gonna have anything to say? And you sisters, you been the jug of milk. When you was 14 years old, and see a lot of y'all, I'm gonna do another video because I'm gonna talk about the brother who married the young sister or whatever. The 40-year-old brother or whatever that married like the 14-year-old sister or something like that. I'm gonna talk about that and I'm gonna bust out the scripts. Briefly, my opinion, I think they were stupid being in the US and how they went about it. But according to script, there was no sin. And I'm gonna dig deeper into that. But back on point, the vast majority of you sisters, since you've been 13 and 14, you've been giving head, you've been doing anal, you done been finger banged, you done had brothers doing all kind of stuff, twisting your back out, ran through. You 30 years old, 35 years old, 40 years old. You done had sex with 20 and 30 men. You done been raw dogged, skeeted all over. And you have a sense of entitlement that you supposed to hold the title and the status of wife? Get the hell out of here, man. That ain't no disrespect. That's reality. You made those choices. You made them choices to be a whore. But now you want to sit there and act like you deserve being a wife. No, baby. No. No, you do not. You do not deserve being no wife. And a lot of y'all with y'all twisted, stank, nasty attitude, you have not repented. You have not repented. You went to rebuildachick.com, you threw a head wrap on, and now you trying to act like you all that. But in your heart, you didn't actually repent. There's no level of humility. There's no admission of guilt. There was no true turning from your ways. No true repentance. Teshuvah. Turn away. That didn't happen. You threw a hair wrap on. Some of y'all might throw some fringes on. Rebuildachick.com. Throw a different name on. And then you have a sense of entitlement to be a wife. No. No. This is Wives versus Concubines Revisited Part 2. So, most of you don't have the qualifications of being a wife. You didn't even get past step 1, being a virgin. You didn't get past step 2. You were the wife of one man and that man died. And then it's supposed to go to the kinsman. So the man's brother, cousin, uncle, closest, nearest of kin relative was supposed to be the one to marry you and raise up seed for the fallen brother. And that was if the brother fell without having no sons. But most of you sisters got sons by 2 and 3 dudes. And they ain't even kinsmen. It's just been straight whoredom. As y'all can see, the sun is setting. Let me see if this give me a little more light. Did that help any? Not really. That ain't really help. Let me turn that off. Anyways, I'm chopping it up. I'm sitting posted in the car. Let me see if I roll this back window down. Did I give a little more light? Man, that don't really help neither if I roll it up. And whatever. Anyways, what's another qualification? Loyal. Can raise up seed, children, righteous children. How the hell is a man supposed to raise up righteous children when you already got 2 and 3 children, 4 and 5, 6 children by multiple men? Your body's not pure. Your body is used up. You 35, but you expect a man to get with you and only you. And even some of y'all that agree with polygyny, you wasn't talking that polygyny when you was still young and fine and fly and ain't had them kids. You wasn't talking polygyny then. I wish your brother would have tried to talk to you about polygyny when you was still fine and you ain't had no kids. But now that your time is up, now that you've been ran through, now you all for polygyny. But you still think you demand being a wife. No, you're a concubine. Now, I'm going to say this. If some sisters that's fine, still look good. They've kept their youthfulness. They've taken care of their bodies. But the reality is still the reality. Still been had by multiple men. Still got children. It's not a whole lot of brothers that's going to take that sister. Even though the brother might be physically attracted to her, the brother might really like her, he might even enjoy the conversation with her, all of that stuff. The brother's still not going to take on a woman that got 5, 6, 4, 3 kids. Like, a brother's not going to do that. There might be some. And if the brother is willing to take her, then hey, go for it. I ain't hating. But it's not going to be me, and it's not going to be the majority of men. The majority of brothers, especially brothers that's keeping the Torah and building stuff, and we focus and we getting our stuff together. Brothers not fixing to be doing that. Brothers out here working and stuff like that, getting their finances in order. Or some brothers already got their finances in order. Me, I'm somewhere in the middle trying to get it all the way together. I ain't balling. You know what I'm saying? I got a good foundation set. Me and my wife been together 9 years. We got a good foundation set that we can build upon. Why would I, having built our foundation, and we've been together all this time and stuff, why would I now take on a woman that got kids by other men? Like, that don't even make no damn sense. So all my efforts and work and all my wife efforts and work, and we done built, and we getting the foundation laid and all that stuff, and then we supposed to just, like, the fruits of our labor is supposed to be ate up by another man's children? Come on, that shit don't even make sense, man. Like y'all don't even make common sense. Like nobody would do that. Nobody would do that. Who the hell would do that? But yet y'all will sit up here and act like you demand being a wife or you demand something. You know what, man? And no, that's not a beer. You know, I ain't really promoting no product or nothing like that. But hey, you know, Coca-Cola, y'all can send a check if you want to, though. You know, it is what it is. But on that, man, I have to crack open a can of truth. Nobody would do that. Nobody would buy a gallon of milk from the store where the seal has already been popped and 3-4 people drunk out of the gallon of milk, close it back up, sit it in the refrigerator. Nobody would go to the grocery store and buy that gallon of milk. So why do you sisters come to righteous men and you want to get all in your feelings and feel some kind of way when you had your seal popped? Some of you 13, 14 years old, 15 is pushing it for most of you. By 15, a lot of you already had more than one dude. Let's just keep it real. By age 30, most of y'all done had 30 men. You got kids. You've had abortions, miscarriages, all kinds of stuff. Ran through, used up. A whole lot of brothers then drank from that jug. And now you coming to righteous brothers like we supposed to pay for the gallon of milk. And the milk in that jug expires tomorrow. And then you want to get mad if a brother is interested in arranging a marriage with a family and the potential bride is 16, 17-year-old virgin. Oh, now y'all mad. Now y'all mad. No, you had a chance when you was 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You had a chance to be pure. You ain't want to be pure. You want to be a whore. Which brings me to the next thing about a woman being a concubine or a wife, right? We know according to Torah, guess what? Even if a woman was raped, her time of being a wife was over. Unfortunate. It wasn't her fault. Torah lets you know this is the same thing as if a brother comes against another brother and murders him. She was powerless. But that ain't what's happened with most of you sisters. You weren't powerless and you got raped. And then from that moment forward, you remained in your father's house. You ain't known another man until your father presented you to a woman. And even according to Torah, a woman in that situation would be a concubine, not a wife. She would be a concubine, not a wife. Innocent young woman, raped. Only sexual experience was with that man who raped her. She would still be a concubine and not hold the status and title of wife. This is scripts, man. This is script. But you Hebrews is talking all the time. And most of y'all don't even know no damn basic Torah, man. Most of y'all don't even have the law, statutes, and commandments down basically. It's a whole lot of you brothers and stuff and sisters right now that had the most to say, ripping and running y'all mouth, and you don't even know that according to Torah, when you lay down and have sex with your wife, y'all supposed to have to bathe and change the bed sheets and stuff. It's some of y'all got bed sheets for weeks at a time. Nasty as hell. Y'all will lay down and had a seed of copulation, busting and skeeting, and don't even wash your ass, don't even shower after. But yet y'all got all kind of stuff to say. All kinds of stuff to say. Y'all don't even understand some basic Torah stuff, but y'all got stuff to say all the time.